Good morning, Taiwan, and good
Good morning.
afternoon, everybody in Los Angeles. How are you? We had a very exciting music and welcome to our global series. I would like to begin to thank you for joining our COVID-19 impact on real estate market in Taiwan. My name is Ling Chao. I am the 2020 Vice President, and I would like to recognize and thank Mindy Ye, our 2020 President, and our Alex Lee, the Global Business Council Chair, along with the co-vice chairs, Pauline Lam and Sean Tseng, and of course, our Yember, our very famous Yember, the 2020 immediate past chair of NAR Global Advisory Board, and 2020 vice chair of CER Global Real Estate Forum. We want to thank you to make this possible, and welcome. And a big thank you for all of you that participate to join our global virtual meeting today. Before we start, our participants are muted. Should you have a question, please enter into the chat box below. After our speaker's presentation, Tom Tseng, GBC member, will read your question during the Q&A section in the meeting. Please stay until the end of the session for a chance of win gift card. These gift cards are sponsored by Loan Direct Inc., Joe Lam, and Teresa Nguyen. The Western Gabriel Board, I'm sorry, we changed our name. The Western Gabriel Valley Realtor Global Business Council was appointed by NAR as an ambassador association to Taiwan in 2010. The Chinese Association of Real Estate Brokers is a national real estate association in Taiwan. In 2019, our association has been recognized by NAR as a Diamond Council in that means the highest level of any award that can be given in a global real estate. Some background of our association relationship with Taiwan. Western Gabriel Valley Realtor Global Business Council has visited Taiwan numerous times since 2010 and has signed Memorandum of Understanding with Taipei City Association of Realtor Brokers, New Taipei City Real Estate Agent Association, Taichung City Association of Real Estate Broker, and Taoyuan Association of Real Estate Broker, and Kaohsiung Association of Real Estate Broker. And last year, we signed with Hualien Association of Real Estate Broker. This is to enhance our existing bilateral partnership and exchange level of network opportunity between Taiwan and US. Today, we are glad to invite our special speaker, Mr. Michael Tseng. He is the executive chairman of REPro, Knight Frank, and CCIM designation. Since 2009, Michael has visited the NAR Association numerous times and visited our association as well as the chairman of International Fair, the Chinese Association of Real Estate Brokers. And in 2018 and 2015, Michael was appointed by the National Association of Realtors as the director, international director outside the country. So, and he is also the founder, president of Taiwan CCIM chapter. He is the first senior CCIM instructor in the area other than US and Canada. Currently, Michael is very active as a district governor-elect for the Rotary International District of 3523. Please join me and welcome our friend from Taiwan, Mr. Michael Tseng. Michael, would you like to share your screen?
Okay, sure. Can you see the slide now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Lynn, thanks for your introduction. And President Mindy, ladies and gentlemen, very good to have the chance to talk to you about the Taiwan market. It's my great honor. Yeah, just like Lynn said, Lynn said, you know, I'm so honored to establish the relationship, you know, with the Western Gabriel board of directors, board of realtors. So it has been a wonderful experience to collaborating with you guys, and we have been a lot of trade mission to each other, right? So we really enjoy the friendship, and we have been drinking a lot of wine, drinks, right? Hopefully, after my presentation, we will find there's a lot of opportunity for you guys to introduce a client to us, so we can do some business together. Okay, so let me start with the. I'm not sure how many of you know about Taiwan location. You look at it, this is Taiwan, right? It's very close to mainland China. And we have a population of 23 million people, very small country, very small. And however, Taiwan is very dynamic and energy. So our capital is in Taipei. However, even we are small country, but however, we are the fourth largest foreign exchange reserve of the world. So we have a pretty good personal income in Taiwan. In terms of the trading, Taiwan is the world number 17th largest exporter and importer in the world. So we enjoy our economy, our safety. So that's why next June, Taiwan is selected as the venue for Rotary International Convention. So we expect there will be about 40,000 to 50,000 people coming to Taiwan to participate in the international convention. So you just play the wonderful video, so I don't need to spend too much on that. Taiwan is very dynamic. We have a beautiful landscape scenery. In the meantime, we also have a wonderful economic development. I hope you enjoy this food. Then I would like to, I'm currently the chair of the international affair for your sisters association. We call it the Chinese Association of Real Estate Brokers. And we have, altogether, we have around 7,500 member companies. And we also have about 100,000 practitioners, including brokers, agents, associates. There are so many major, we call it 6 major cities in Taipei. Through Lin Chao's introduction, many of them are already your sister association. Now regarding my company, I established REPro in 1999 after I went to the US to learn the methodology of CCIM. I'm not sure how many of you know about CCIM. So CCIM stands for Certified Commercial Investment Member. It's very, it played a very vital role for me, for my career in the real estate, because in the first 10 years in my career, I worked for IBM. I'm in the IT industry. However, after I learned the CCIM methodology, I really, changed my career a lot and helped me make a lot of money. So I love that. And then I established REPro, and we established a deal agency. It's kind of franchise arrangement with Knight Frank, which is the second largest real estate firm in UK. Our major partner in the US is Newmark Knight Frank. You may heard about this name. And within the Knight Frank network, we have about almost 20,000 people in 60 territories. My major business including brokerage, consultant service, and appraisal service. Yeah. So if you have any chance, we can co-work together. And this our part of our clientele. So we have a lot of clients who are major Fortune 500 companies, including IBM, Google, some other Kodak, some other companies. And I'm one of few practitioners in Taiwan who can speak English. Certainly my English is not as good as you, but I hope you can understand my English because I wrote my master degree thesis in English, so I have better training, and then I work for IBM. So I try to contribute my knowledge and translate a lot of English literatures into Chinese to try to uplift our professionalism in Taiwan. For example, I translate a press book called The Press of Real Estate, it came out with 1,100 pages. It's quite a lot. And then we translate all of CCIM materials and teach in Taiwan. And so I also encourage a lot of Taiwanese people invest in the US since 2011 when I established Taiwan CCIM chapters. Yeah, you know, I have been teaching more than 2,000 people. So the CCIM president gave me a award and recognized me by establishing Michael Tseng name endowed scholarship. And I also involved, like Lynn said, I also involved in NAR quite a lot. So I represent the Taipei Association of Real Estate Brokers, or our national label association, like Taiwan NAR, because the Chinese Association of Real Estate Brokers, to have a relationship with your associations. Okay, then about the COVID-19, we are very lucky. You know, it's very serious, right? Even in California, it's kind of serious. But however, in Taiwan, we are very lucky. We have only about 450 confirmed cases and only 7 people deaths. So right now we are very easy and feel free to do a gathering, do meals with friends, associates. So we are very good in Taiwan. So, however, the government do have launched some COVID-19 stimuli policies, including provide the funding, financing, interest relief, salary subsidy, and we call it 三倍券. You know, if you spend 1,000, the government give you 3,000. So we call it the triple reimbursement coupons. Also provide some cost tax. So overall, in the meantime, the government also, you know, have a 3 major policy to invite Taiwanese people, investment outward, to coming back to Taiwan. So we have 3 different programs. Then altogether, the government estimate they have about almost 36 billion US dollars coming back to Taiwan. So we have a lot of money in Taiwan that really stimulate the market, including the residential, especially the luxury apartment market sectors. Like many central banks in the world, our government, our central bank also, you know, reduce the interest rate. You cannot imagine right now, we can have a personal credit loan at 1.6%. It's very low, right? I'm not sure how, but in the States, I'm not sure how much is in States. If I believe it's about a range at least 4%, 5%, right? But we can have only one certain plus. And because of the stability program, our unemployment rate is very low. It's below 2%. Our real GDP is unemployment rate is below 4%, and our GDP growth rate is expected at about 1.7%. So it's pretty healthy. Recently, our stock market actually outperformed previous year. And actually, this year is the highest in 30 years. So you see, it's the market is still good. Talking about the real estate investment, I would like to bring your attention to our taxation. It's very different from the U.S. because I divide into the property taxes, divided into two parts. One will be annual holding taxes. Another one is a one-time transaction tax, right? So for the holding tax, including land value tax and housing tax. For transaction tax, it's a land value increment tax and capital gain tax. But actually, this combined together as the capital gain tax. I would like to take, I'm not sure how many of you know about the very famous residential project in Taiwan called the Palace on Renai Road. This very famous one. I take a case study for your reference. The owner purchased his condo unit at 100 million NT, and I think which about a little bit more than 3 million US dollars, but he sold out at almost 4 times, so it's 390 million. So it's almost 4 times increase, holding for 10 years. However, for the annual holding tax, the first one will be land value tax. If you look at the nominal rate, right, it ranges pretty high, 0.2% for sale views, and for others will be up to 5%. This is nominal rate. However, the base actually is only the land value announced by government. It's not the market value. For this the specific condo unit, you're right, it sold about almost the purchase price about 3 million US dollars. However, it's the annual land value tax is only 300. So the effective tax rate for effective rate for the land value tax is only 0.08%. It's very, very low, right? And in terms of another one is the housing tax. That's for building. Look at the tax rate is also very high, right? It's 1.2 to 3.6%. However, the tax base is what? It's the government allows the building tax, and that is almost 1/3 of the market value, so all construction costs. So it's very low. So for this particular building unit, right, its annual tax only about less than $500,000 NT dollars. So its effective tax rate for housing tax is only 0.12%. It's very low. Don't you think so? So this because of the tax base is only 1/3 of the market price of the building construction cost. So altogether, we add the land value tax and the housing tax together, and the total annual tax for this particular luxury condo is only 0.13%. as I know in the US, right, I also have a condo in New York. I have some investment in California. I believe the annual holding tax is range 1% to 2%, correct? This is what I know, yeah. So compared to 1 to 2%, we are almost owning 10% of your annual tax, holding tax. Then for the capital gain tax, we divide in two parts. One is levied on the land. We call it land value increment tax. Land value increment tax. Yeah. So based on the tax is based on how much value in land value increment between the acquisition and the disposition. So based on this idea, in terms of the tax rate, it's pretty high, right? 20%. If it's holding less than 20 years, when over, if the increments have more than 200 times increment, then we're 40%. So the tax rate range 20% to 40%. It seems to be very high. However, for the self-use residential property, the tax rate is only 10%. It's a privilege, discounted rate. If you look at the nominal rate, it ranges from 20 to 40%. It seems to be very high. However, if you look at the transaction from 3 million, the value increase is post off at about almost 4 times higher. So it is. However, the tax rate is only about 30 million. So the 30 million tax divided by the disposition, the sales price, 390 million. That's NT dollars. It's about I think it's about 12 million US dollars. The effective rate actually is only 8%. Only 8%. I have some investment in the US. I'm paying 30% to 45% to the US government. So I have some contribution to you guys. But however, the disposition capital gain tax in Taiwan is only about 8%, right? So if you compare to have some idea for the annual holding tax, it's only about, I think it's about 5% to 10% of your tax burden in the US. 5% to 10% of your burden in US. For the transaction, one-time transaction price, it's only we call it capital gain tax. For this example, it's only 8%. And for the US, I'm paying 40%. So you see the big difference is we are only about 20% of your capital gain tax. So our tax burden for the risk investment is very, very low, right? So that's why, and another issue, another important factor is that, Chinese people love to hold in the real property. This because when they hold the property, they feel safe, they feel secure. So that's why a lot of people allocate most of their assets into real estate. So give me about the idea about the market performance in the capital market right now. The residential side is very good. However, for my main business is commercial property. Unfortunately, it's not as good as we expected. You know why? Because the owner believe, the buyer expect, okay, there will be a significant price reduction or price decline in light of the COVID-19, right? That's expectation of the buyer. However, the owner still have a lot of money. They are not hungry to sell. So that's why, there's a pretty significant price difference. So there are very few transactions consumed over the first half. So for the commercial real estate sector, it's not very good for us. So the major transaction will be, however, we are some transaction, however, the major transaction will be the industrial sector, including the factory, industrial land, and the industrial offices. You know what? Because one reason is the trade war between US and China. So a lot of companies try to relocate their operation from China back to Taiwan. Another factor is that I just mentioned that our government have 3 major policies program to provide incentive for those Taiwanese businessmen to relocate their operation company back to Taiwan. So the industrial sector has been very booming, but relatively the office and especially retail hotel is very bad. I think it's true to many other countries. I have 30 minutes left, right? So I have to catch up quickly. But however, because of we have a lot of money coming back to Taiwan, so the developer expect the market should be very good. So the land transaction has been very good. You see the significance increase a lot. And I try to give you an idea about the market. So in terms of using the market cycle, okay, every market have a cycle. If you look at the left-hand side is retail, very low. I think it's true for many countries. I have investment in a mall near the Anaheim area. This area is very bad. I lost a lot of money in that deal. So that is true to many countries, into Taiwan. Retail is bad. Office is from the trough going up, and the factory, industry sectors, logistics, very good. Is in the expansion places. The hotel is very bad, because of the very low occupancy rate. So talk about the hotel is true to many other countries, very bad. You look at the visitor inbound, the bar, right? Because the travel ban, almost Taiwan is almost, we have very significant US. So the visitor is very, very few right now. So it's very significant reduction. So the hotel is very bad. This is
Michael, we lost you. Michael?
For last year, 66%. Right now, it's only less than 20%. I think it's true to every. So that's why a lot of hotel.
I am trying to find her.
I can.
There you go.
Yeah, let me. And
I can unmute her. Somebody unmute her. Fanny, would you like? I only see a picture of you. I don't see a video of you. Okay. Would you like to talk about anything update?
So she's unmute.
Anything update? Hi, I unmute myself. Can anybody hear me? Yes.
Everybody can hear you. Yes.
Okay. So hi everyone. I see that some people I recognize the name and some I don't, and you recognize my name. So I want to say hi to everyone. I'm so lucky to have attended all these sessions. I have not missed anyone at all, and I find this very valuable. You guys are the best, and I think we're so lucky that my session didn't have this issue. So, yeah. So, what else is there update? I think that just cut me off anytime, okay? Whenever Michael is ready, you can cut me off, or anyone who want to share anything, just cut me off. In terms of the COVID-19, I do believe that it's getting worse. And like close, I'm sure, actually we will get to the point that every single one of us will know someone that we know directly that has tested positive. So I'm still, right now, we are waiting for my office manager being tested. We're still waiting for the result because his son and his daughter-in-law are both tested positive. We also have a previous co-worker who has moved to another company that is, we just heard today that he went to the hospital. So I think that this is a very serious thing. And then I know it's not good for us to have to be sheltered in place and everything else canceled. But we still have to be very vigilant. And I think one thing that we all can be accountable for would be to keep our own immunization good. So anyone else want to please join in and take this time, and we kind of have a meet up, right? So yeah. Do I hear anybody else? So I think that we look at the good side of using Zoom. I saw Michael. Michael is back, right? Oh, how's the market in San Francisco? We are actually, we have one of a very tight, very serious shelter in place restriction going on, but our real estate market has not dropped at all. It has been, we are still experiencing multiple offer. You know, our offers board just posted our July, or maybe it's the last couple of months, sale, and it's very active. Oh, I think Michael is back on.
Okay.
Is Michael back on? Yeah, Michael is back on.
I apologize. So we're going to try to do it this way. Michael cannot come back in, so here's Michael on my line. Okay, can everybody hear Michael?
Yes.
Yes. I'm trying to do the which power this. I hope this is the right PowerPoint.
Yeah, you go to the office one. Office.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, so go to the office one.
Fong, can you try to find his PowerPoint? I'm trying to do mine, but it doesn't seem like it's working very well. Fong? Fong?
Yes, 1 second.
So I think I'm here on page 30. Is this the right one, Michael?
Yeah, I can see your slide.
30.
The office one. Go to the office one.
Office.
Yeah,
This is page 39, 40, 41. Hotel.
Hotel. Go further. Go forward.
Okay.
Forward.
It's at page 46, Fawn.
Okay.
So we go back to the office one.
Okay, Fawn has started. Page 7, I was on page 40 or something like that, 40 something.
Actually, it's 52. Slide 52.
This is the one?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Technology sometimes it works, sometimes this is my first time to have the problem. So sorry for that. I just mentioned that the Taipei, the hotel and the retail office, the business in Taiwan, like many other countries, especially the grade B building, less than 4% is pretty good. However,
Okay, go ahead.
can we go to the next slide, 53? Can you go on the office market rent?
This is the office market rent in Taipei.
Yeah, okay. If you look at the curve, it's virtually. So the rent is going up to for grade A average 32 US dollars per square foot per year. Yeah. And let's go to the next slide. This is our group, 9 francs survey to estimate. Next slide. So Fong is this slide, yes, correct. Okay. This 9 franc group have a survey about the market performance amid the pandemic. You see that in April, most of the market is tenant market. However, Taipei is land market because we have very short supply. So the rent is going up. Then another survey in May, Taipei is still in land market. Some other market change from tenant market to the land market. So or even the balance. That means the market is coming back. Okay. So this is some of the landmark building in Taipei for your reference. For example, you know about the Taipei 101, right? Which was once the tallest building in the world, and the rent is right now is about 48 US dollars per square foot per year. Yeah, I think it's much less in New York. Yeah, just give you a feeling of that. Can you change to the next slide? Form. Next one. Yeah. Okay. This is the slide about the Taipei 101 building. The market rent is about 48 US dollars per square foot per year. Yeah. Please go to the next slide. Yeah. This is the transaction price, the sales price. The sales price for office building is much less than the luxury condo. For example, for the right-hand side, the building is more expensive one, the President International Tower, which is very close to Taipei 101. The price is only 1,500 US dollars per square foot. But in residential, it's much higher, about almost 2 times. For residential one, okay. For residential one, you look at the transaction, the numbers, residential transaction numbers. And last year is 40 in Taipei is about 50,000, and now is for first quarter this year 55. So it means the number of building is increasing. It means the transaction is getting more. Please go down. Go next one. Next slide, please. Yeah, residential. Next one. Okay, you look at the chart. This is the transaction number of building in Taiwan as a whole. You look at the right-hand side, the 2020 this year, right? And this year, and now it's only in July, right? For the first 6 months, the transaction is almost the same as last year. So that means the residential market is very good. So next slide, please. Yeah, this is the annual growth rate, right? Yeah. So Taipei, Taoyuan is very good. Yeah. Next slide. Okay. This transaction numbers. Transaction numbers in terms of the building in Taipei City. You compare the number, the right hand side 2020 is 30,000 buildings. So the transaction actually is still very good, right? There's no impact of COVID-19 in this price. So you look at the next slide, please. Yeah, this is the housing price index. So in fact, the price is increasing, right? Next slide, please. Yeah. This is the average price for new home average price. So it's pretty expensive, right? It's average price now up to 781 US dollars per square foot. Yeah, I think it's higher than the average price in Los Angeles area. Yeah, can you go next slide? Yeah, next slide. Okay, so this is, oh no, previous one. Yeah, this is the trend, the luxury home price trend, right? If you look at the right hand side, this is, you can see that this is upward trend. So Taipei market has been in a downward trend from 2013 to 2018 because government taking a lot of cooling measures. So the price is, especially the transaction, the capital gain tax is significantly increased. So it's cooling down. However, from the beginning of 2018, the price is going up right now, even amid the COVID-19 pandemic right now. Okay, so please next slide. This is a survey by Knight Frank Group for the annual price increase statistics among the major cities in the world. And Taipei is ranked the number 2 city. Even amid the panic, right? We still have about 8% increase in Taipei. Next slide. Okay. Yeah, this is some example. Give you an example. The recent transaction. You know, TSMC is very famous semiconductor company. Right now, most of the chipset is produced by the chipset for iPhone, for Apple company is manufactured by TSMC. Their founders is Mr. Morris Chang. He recently purchased a building at a price at $1,700 US dollars per square foot, and this is a gross area, and this building may have about 40% common area, so the actual price is more than 2,000, in terms of the net area. So just give you a sense of the building, and then go next slide. It's industrial, right? Taiwan is very strong in especially for the ICT industry, the information, communication, and technology sectors, very strong. Like I just mentioned, right? Taiwan produces a lot of high technology products for the world. I use the smartphone. Quite a lot of chipset is manufactured by Taiwanese company. So, and in the meantime, Taiwan government launched 3 major programs to attract the capital coming back to Taiwan. So we have almost 36 billion US dollars coming back to Taiwan. So a lot of Taiwanese people move their factory back to Taiwan. So the industrial sector has been pretty good. You look at the trend, right? So even there is the COVID-19 pandemic. However, the price, the transaction volume for the industry sector still is the highest for over the past 5 years. This is some of example. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, this is some example about the industrial factory or the industry office. So this is something there for your reference. The unit price range, mostly I think it's $100 per square foot. So but for industrial office, so it's much higher. It's almost $500 per square foot. In terms of the rental, I think the industrial office rental is about almost 50% of the office in the downtown commercial office. So it's about $10 to $15 per square foot per year. It's almost half of that price, the rent in the downtown. Yeah, and this is the chart. Please go to next slide. Next slide. Yeah, this is a rental. This slide shows us, indicate the construction permit has been increasing in light of the increasing demand for the industrial sectors. So the industrial market has been performed very, very well. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, so let me talk. This is a slide. And we talked about I just brief you about the real estate market in Taiwan. The Taiwan have very good control about the pandemic. So we government have very good policy try to attract the capital back to Taiwan. So a lot of money coming back to Taiwan. So Taiwanese people also love to own the property for security reason or whatever. And so the demand is very, very strong right now. Some companies try to upgrade their business or office quality. So overall, Taiwan, its shorter is, the performance, still is growing. It's very good. And the land has been, land price has been appreciated very significantly. That's not affected by the pandemic. So right now, because of I mentioned to you, our taxation is very, very low compared to the US. So it's a very good chance for investment. Yeah, this is my story for the technology problem. So I already finished my presentation to you. So if you have any question, we are welcome.
Hi, Michael, we have a question from Joanna Lin. Is REPro's headquarters in Taipei? The REPro, REPro, that is the logo on the website. Is it the headquarters in Taipei?
Yes, yeah. Our headquarters in Taipei. Very close to Taipei 101 Tower.
I see. And what are the requirements for buying properties in Taiwan as a foreigner? By Johnson.
Repeat again, please.
What are the requirements for buying properties as a foreigner in Taiwan?
Michael?
Or how can a foreigner, if the foreigner can purchase properties?
Say it again, because I'm having a speaker problem. Say it again.
What are the requirements to purchase properties in Taiwan as foreigner?
What is the requirement to purchase property in Taiwan as a foreigner?
There's no requirement. It's free. You can purchase. Once you have there's no permit required from the U.S. for U.S. citizen.
I see. Are we able to obtain loans in Taiwan as well?
Say it louder because I'm having a problem with my speaker.
Are we able to obtain loans in Taiwan as well as foreigner?
Oh, okay. I think some bank can provide loan for foreigner once you can prove you have the capability to pay off the loan.
Okay. And what are the typical transaction period for residential and commercial properties?
Michael, he's talking about what is the transaction period for what, Tom?
For commercial and residential properties, how long does it usually take to close?
Transaction period for commercial or residential.
Yes.
From signing the contract to title change, right? Handover?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's very efficient in Taipei. It normally takes about 6 weeks. Yeah, for some urgent case, only about 2 weeks.
Great. And
Okay.
how do, yes.
Can you hear him?
Yes, I can hear him.
Hold on, I gotta unplug. Okay, go ahead.
And how do buyers go about due diligence? And is there any customary contingency clause where the buyers are able to get the deposit back if they found the property faulty?
Michael, did you hear?
We have some company invest by banks who provide kind of we call it similar to your title. What do you say in the U.S. about for the closure?
Escrow.
Oh, escrow, yeah. You have escrow, right? We do not have official or escrow procedure in Taiwan. However, there are some company invested by the banks can provide the private escrow company so they can establish they open an escrow account in the bank to secure, to protect the buyer's interest. Before the title handover, title was changed, the money will not go to the seller.
Does buyer usually do home inspection in a certain period?
Home inspection. Do Taiwan has home inspection?
Yeah. However, our procedure is different, right? The seller welcome the potential buyer to inspect the property, whatever they want to do. But however, after sign the sales and purchase contract, so the seller, basically the deal is almost done. Except there is a kind of the fraud or there's major defect discovered by the buyer. Otherwise, so it's a little bit different. In the U.S., you sign the sale and purchase agreement first. Then you have a certain time to do the due diligence, right? But in Taiwan, we do it opposite way. The buyer need to do the due diligence beforehand, before they can sign the contract.
So they basically start with something like a letter of intent. Is that right?
They start with a letter of intent, Michael?
Yeah.
Great. I think that's all the questions we have for now. I can't hear you.
The property is advised to provide kind of earnest money to show your commitment. So the seller will consider and accept the potential buyer who offered the earnest money more seriously.
I see. Thank you. And that's all the questions we have at this moment. I would like to introduce to our 2020 Global Business Council Program Chair, Alex Lee, to thank you, Michael, for attending.
Well, thank you, Tom. Thank you so much, Michael Tseng, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us about the opportunities in Taiwan. We learned quite a bit, even though we had some interesting technical difficulties. The GBC committee really appreciate it. Now is the time for the drawing. Our sponsor for today is Joe Lam and Teresa Nguyen from Loan Direct. We will be giving away 2 gift certificates. Winner has to be present to call in the call to win. If we call your name, please respond in the chat to redeem your prize. Now let's spin the wheel. Good luck, everyone. Celine Pang, is she here? Celine, please type in "I'm here" in the chat room, please. Okay, Celine's not here. So Fong, let's remove that and let's respin. Thank you. Pei Fan Shu, is she here? Okay, she's not here. Let's respin again. Okay, lucky winner, Susan Wang. Susan, are you here? Not here. Wow, okay, let's do it again. Judy Chow, she's here. Congratulations, Judy. We will send you an email for your so we can send you the gift. Okay. So next one, Fong. Okay, we have a winner, Yang Ken Tai.
That's Vicky Tai, she's here.
She's here, perfect. Congratulations both, we got both winners. Now back to you, Lane.
Thank you. Wow, this is a very exciting meeting today. I never had any problem with the technical at all in any of my meetings. Today was very, very interesting. I had to hold the phone and I can't move, so my arm is falling apart. So CBG, you guys owe me a drink. Mojito will be good. Okay. On behalf of Western Gilbert Valley of Realtors, we would like to thank Mr. Michael Tseng for his presentation. It was very difficult, but we got it through. And our sponsor, Joe Lam and Teresa Nguyen, for the Loan Direct for their generous gifts. And please remember to join our upcoming Global Real Estate Market Trend series in the month of August and September. on 7th Global Real Estate Market Trend series is on Friday, August 7th, 11 a.m., not 5 p.m. anymore, it's 11 a.m. Pacific time. Our special speaker is Mark, let me make sure I get this right, Mr. Mark Kitabayashi. Kitabayashi, okay. I got it, okay. NAR ambassador to Japan and Mongolia. His topic is Japan real estate market trend. This whole session is being recorded and will be available on our YouTube channel, West San Gabriel Valley Realtors. Thank you, everybody, for joining this special session today. And the session is now adjourned. And stay safe, stay healthy, and see you all on August 7th. Bye-bye, everybody. Very tiring today.